All right, let's now move to our big story of the day. Remember, there was a high drama witnessed in Rajya Sabha yesterday where during the discussion on the farm laws, at least two opposition MPs climbed the tables in Rajya Sabha. One waved a black cloth and the other threw a file at the chair, after which the proceedings had to be adjourned, while around a dozen other MPs also sat on the table. So that was the kind of spectacle you witnessed inside the house, in the upper house of parliament, that is the Rajya Sabha. After that incident today, the Rajya Sabha chairman literally broke down, talking about it, saying that the sacredness of the house has been irreparably destroyed because of that incident. Also saying that he struggled to make the members see reason, tried to help them understand that the conduct of the house was important, but all of that fell on deaf ears. This is the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, Venkaiah Naidu, literally breaking down while talking about all this. So in this backdrop, we want to raise a couple of questions. First, of course, what has the opposition really achieved with these repeated disruptions? Because this is clearly an obstructionist attitude. It has only led to unproductive session. Secondly, the Congress MP who was responsible for that unruly behavior, far from being apologetic about it, justifies it, says I will do it again as many times required. Now, if that is the attitude, then even going forward, can we even have productive sessions in parliament? Is the legislature, which is an important pillar of democracy, failing this country with the MPs adopting this attitude? The parliament logjam has become part of the pattern, session after session. Can we take it? Can we accept this? Also, bills being passed without discussion also has become a pattern. Again, another unfortunate fallout of the stormy sessions. The same party today that is crying foul over the opposition disruption, the same party was in power earlier, and now it's just that the treasury benches have got swapped with different parties, but the spectacle is the same. So we are asking, who will break this toxic cycle and how? That must be asked. Let me welcome Wing Commander Anuma Acharya, spokesperson of the Congress Party. Also Anila Singh, national spokesperson of the BJP, joining us this afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies. Good to have two women panelists on my show. Beginning with you, Wing Commander Anuma Acharya. What is shocking is that the member of parliament from your party, Mr. Pratap Bajwa, actually justifies it. And in his words, he says, 100%, I have no regret. You can imprison me, you can shoot me. I will do the same on 100 occasions. Do you condone this behavior? It was there for the country to see. He's a public representative. Is this acceptable?
Afrida, before we see the symptom what exhibited, let's consider that the same opposition has not disrupted the parliament in 2015, 16 and 17, and the productivity was 90%. Why it is happening only now? And in the previous parliamentary session, there was no question hour, there was no 0 hour. So there was nothing for the people to put across their point, and therefore this time when we have seen the bills have been tabled, 20 bills have been tabled, 15 have been passed, each have taken 3 minutes to 15 minutes. Yeah, that means there was hardly any discussion on them. And basic crux of the matter is that these bills are tabled without and the ruling dispensation is not allowing discussion on these bills. Then if these bills will be passed like this, how it will be helpful people of India? Because one bill, electricity amendment bill, it has been passed simply. Now you will see what will be the outcome of this particular bill being passed without discussion. Similarly, when Mr. Shashi Tharoor has called upon for a discussion, is the BJP MP about them, BJP MPs. Besides them, all the government officials also did not attend that discussion because perhaps a diktat has been passed on to them.
I was asking you, Anuma Acharya, on the new laws that we are seeing in the behavior of the members of parliament. I do understand that you have a priority list. I do understand that your demand to discuss people's issues may be justified. My question was with regards to the completely unruly unparliamentary behavior, which of course in itself is an issue, isn't it? Before I allow you to respond, Anila Singh will respond to your charges you made. Let's just play out what Mr. Pratap Singh Bajwa said and what the Rajya Sabha chairman stated today as he broke down, making a statement on the parliament session.
It has been happening as a routine for some time. I am distressed by the way this sacredness was destroyed yesterday. When some members sat on the table, some others climbed on the table of the House, perhaps to be more visible in such acts of sacrilege. I have no words to convey my anguish and to condemn such acts. As I spent a sleepless night, last night, I struggled to find out the provocation or reason for forcing this August House to hit such a low yesterday.
Do you justify your behavior as a member of parliament doing this inside the house?
I fully justify.
You fully justify?
I fully justify because this is a completely insensitive government. For the last 9 months, the farmers of Punjab, Haryana and Western UP are sitting on the borders of Delhi. In thousands, and more than 500 people have lost their lives. They're sitting with their children, they're sitting with the old women over there, and this government has stopped any kind of dialogue with them. And it is our bunyadi hamara hak hai. It is the constitution provides us that members of parliament have to be listened to. For the last 20 days, every single morning I have been giving a notice under 267. We have been asking for a discussion on these farm laws and repeal of these laws, but government has never given an opportunity.
Constitution, it is your right to raise the voice, but the same constitution, the same rule book of the parliament tells you to behave in a proper manner as a parliamentarian, not to create a ruckus. Raising your voice is a part of a setup of a parliament, but climbing the desk and throwing the files, do you think the same constitution stops you to do that? That is not permitted in the Constitution.
One thing I want to make it very clear on our TV channel. Yeah. The house was adjourned at that time. The house was not in order.
Okay.
It was adjourned. I went to the table and I threw the rule book on an empty chair. There was nobody sitting on the chair. It was a symbolic gesture.
So Anila Singh, the primary question is the opposition is saying that this is a government that has dismissed question hour at whim in the past. Now, when an issue is to be discussed, whether it's listed or not, if the members of parliament would, of course, feel frustrated because they are given excuses like, well, it's a ballot selection and therefore the issue cannot come up. Is it not also understandable that here you have the opposition members, the members of parliament representing people who are frustrated and angry over people's issues not being taken up?
See, Afrida, what we observed yesterday, it was height of unparliamentary behavior by any of the political party. But I am not surprised. I am not shocked because the behavior came especially from Indian National Confused Party's member of parliament. They cannot do anything more than this. And this, I cannot call him a gentleman. This person is uttering utter nonsense, I can say, because farm bills were supposed to be discussed after the bill was passed. But the thing is, they created ruckus and slogan shouting started. And because of that, the house had to be adjourned. If they really wanted to discuss, about farmers, they would have kept some sort of discipline, but they didn't do it. And like, we know it very well, that how Mr. Naidu, he had pleaded. I mean, though he was on the chair, but still he pleaded and he said that now you all should come together and discuss about the farmers in good faith. But nobody listened. Climbing on the table and throwing a rule book, what is this type of behavior? Can they explain it? Because like what I have heard and what I believe is that parliament is a temple of democracy. And is this the behavior? Is this the behavior you have to do?
Yes, so let me ask that to Anuma Acharya. The point is the issue was taken up. This happened, this unruly behavior, like Anila Singh rightly points out, actually happened during the discussion on the farmers' issue. So A, if the issue is not taken up, it's a problem. If the issue is taken up, There again, the opposition finds a reason to create this kind of a disruption. What is the reason for that, Anuma Acharya?
Afrida, neither the aggressiveness of the BJP spokesperson nor her substandard language used against me, neither the sympathy gaining, breaking down of Mr. Venkaiah Naidu can justify what government has been doing. Whereas you're focusing the entire debate on one MP, Mr. Bajwa. But the focus should be on the holistic problem. The problem is what? No discussions on any issues. Whatever issues have been suggested by the opposition, they have not been discussed.
So tell me, are you saying that the opposition should have a final say? The opposition members will have a final say on what will be the business of the day? There is already a system in place that decides the business of the day. Opposition can request, it can demand, but can it adopt a my way or highway attitude and say, okay, this is the priority list and this is the only way we will allow the House to function? That is certainly not acceptable, Anuma Acharya.
I like when you become the devil's advocate. Let me tell you, only 11% of the total bills passed have been referred to any respective standing committee. Do you justify that? If you do not allow the opposition to discuss and have a dialogue, if you always walk out from that dialogue, and this the BJP has been doing. If you remember 2014, if you remember 15th Lok Sabha, at that time they have walked out on such fake matters such as 2G scam, then Commonwealth. If that was the case, if all this was true, it would have been this same government has been having the ruling dispensation for last 7 years. None of them have been penalized. No charges have been proved. So this government, which have been doing things on fake issues, now today there are issues. There is a protest going on. There are things which are more glaring. In that case, and Pegasus, it's like a treason to the country. Why these can be discussed? If they are not discussed, we focus on one particular MP's attitude and we forget the entire debate on the entire
But when the
thing.
issue is discussed, then also ruckus has happened. Let's be clear on that. Are you willing to live with the fact that today you're being held responsible for destroying the sacredness of the House? There is something called decorum, which is the Congress party willing to take responsibility for destroying it? That is the issue. Of course, I understand that the members have anger built up over time, and these issues not being discussed and the session coming to an end could be frustrating. They've run out of patience. Anila Singh, one last word to you before I close the discussion. I want to ask you this, that, will it help to dodge, deny, dismiss? Pegasus issue first, the government said, is a non-issue. That, of course, it is an issue that impinges on a fundamental right of privacy. The opposition wanted it discussed, did not happen. The farmers issue, now the opposition says, we want to discuss the issue of repeal, not the merits of the bill. That is also not being agreed to. So clearly, in terms of how the centre is dealing with it, ultimately, would you be happy to live with the fact that this has become another unproductive session?
The bare truth is, when government wanted to discuss Pegasus issue in the parliament, an honorable minister was delivering his talk. One of the parliamentarian from TMC party, he snatched those papers. Again, you saw the behavior and how the ruckus followed. So the opposition does not want you to discuss on Pegasus. And if we talk about farm laws, I am giving you this example right now. And this is not example, and this is the bare fact again. Then Mr. Naidu said that today we have to discuss about the farm laws, but the opposition never wanted to discuss. And one of the leaders, Mr. Jairam Naresh, what he tweeted, he said that when Mr. Naidu had said that we have to discuss about the farm laws, the agricultural problems and solutions, Jairam Naresh tweeted that. This move is too clever by half. They wanted to show, like he wanted to say that the chair has said that today we have to discuss about the farmers, but in reality we do not want to discuss, and they're trying to, government is trying to play very smart, and we are not going to come into that trap. We are not going to let the parliament run. The crores and crores of rupees of hard-earned taxpayers' money has gone down the drain. Whole of the country has observed the behavior of the opposition.
That's the shame. Okay, I'll allow Wing Commander
These are
Anumacharya to respond.
Shameless people.
To
Shameless
rebut
people.
on that, because let's face it quickly before I come to you. Productivity of the House stood at 22%, as it could only function for 21 hours 14 minutes. It was supposed to function for 96 hours. Anumacharya.
I prefer not to abuse the BJP spokesperson because that has not been groomed into me. But I must tell you that she's talking about wastage of money. The money has been wasted by the promotion and marketing. 6,000 crore rupees. More than 8 lakh crore rupees have been waived off to the corporate against the corporate loans. Is that not a wastage of public money? When we are talking about public money, all these issues are required to be discussed and have to be tabled. This is what is my point. Here we are talking about a democratic manner. In the democracy,
Okay.
every bill has to be discussed, and that is my final point.
Not discussing anything is a democratic
Okay,
way.
so the
That
fact
is
of
why
the
I
matter
called
is,
you
you know what, the OBC bill was passed without any obstruction, and that just goes to show that when the opposition is on the same page, then the smooth conduct of the business is possible. And when, you know, the issue is contentious, the House just becomes a complete pandemonium. The fact that there was one bill passed without any disruption goes to show that if there is a will, there is a way. We'll have to leave it at that. Unfortunately, the monsoon session has almost come to an end. The Lok Sabha, in fact, had to be adjourned sine die. That's the most unfortunate part. 2 days ahead of the scheduled end of the monsoon session. It's not just Rajya Sabha Chairman Venkaiah Naidu. It's also the Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla, who says that the productivity of the House remained below expectation because of the interruptions. Thank you so much, Anila Singh and Anumacharya, for joining us this afternoon.
करोड़ों रुपया खर्च होता है संसद की कार्रवाई के लिए। जब हमारे नियम प्रक्रिया में भी है कि बेल में ना आना, तख्ती न लगाना, नारेबाजी न लगाना, और ये अपेक्षाएं हम सभी मान्य सदस्यों से करते हैं, सभी दलों के नेताओं से करते हैं कि वो अपनी बात को रखें, लेकिन सदन में तख्तियां, नारेबाजी ये संसदीय परंपराओं के अनुरूप नहीं है, संसद की मर्यादाओं के अनुरूप नहीं है।
हम बार बार कहते थे कि हमारे जो प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं, हम जो बात रख रहे हैं, ये देशवासियों को दिखाया जाए। अगर सरकार कुछ फैसला करेगा कि कौन सा जायज है नाजायज है, तो बड़ा मुश्किल होगा। ये देखना सरकार की जिम्मेदारी नहीं है। इस तरीके की मनमानी की सरकार हमारे देश के लिए आज हम सबको और खासकर हमारे लोकतंत्र के लिए खतरा बनते जा रहे हैं।
जो पार्टी सदन ना चलने दे, जो सड़क पर भी कोई करने से शर्म महसूस करे, वैसा काम सदन में करे, तो आप समझ सकते हैं कि लोकतंत्र को कितना शर्मसार करने का काम किया जा रहा है। देश की जनता ने जिन्हें सांसद बनाकर भेजा है अपने मुद्दे उठाने के लिए, वो चर्चा में भाग ना लेकर चीर फाड़ करने तक आए हैं, फाइलें फेंकने तक आए हैं।